Today I'm going to show you how to make a very, very simple yet very healthy recipe. In here I'm cooking some rice. Now I'm cooking a large amount because I want some leftovers so I can bring it to the country. So that's in my Starfit pressure cooker. And we have some, here we go. We have some white beans that I washed. And I am going to cook these in a cast iron pan, and then this is going to go on top of the rice. But I want to show you something else. Here we go. Let me just push this aside for you first. There we go. Let me push this aside so I can show you. Okay, so I've been collecting my beautiful zucchini flowers. These flowers are so delicious and so full of nutrients. And it's a shame to see them go thrown away or shrivel up and die right on the plant. So if you have any zucchini plants growing, pinch the male flowers. I call them the male flowers because those are the ones that you just see on a stem. It's not attached to either a zucchini or a squash. So those are the male flowers. Pinch those off and bring them in. Put some paper towel in a Ziploc, and they're going to stay in there for quite some time. I do have some that are been in there longer, and I'll show you. They're right there. They're still very fresh and very delicious. Not as fresh as the ones that I've been picking the last couple of days, but still very good to eat. So what I'm gonna do, instead of deep frying these and putting all that oil in our body, especially when I just came off a small water fast, I don't want to put stuff that's fried in my body. I want to eat as clean as I can. I've been doing a lot of raw eating, and today I was craving a little bit of rice and some beans. But again, it's going to be a very healthy dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm steaming my rice. Once the rice is done cooked, I'm going to take these flowers. Yeah, I'm going to show you one of these ones. And I'm just going to pinch off the end right there. I don't mind if there's the center. Some people mind. I don't mind. I leave the center right in there. It gives it a little bitter taste, but I'm okay with that. And if you really don't want the center of the flower, what you do is peel off the petals and use just the petals. But like I said, I just pinch it right there with my nail or a knife, and this is going to go into my pressure cooker after the rice is done. You don't want to put this before because they do wilt down to almost nothing. But whatever there is, it's going to go into that rice, and it's going to add some delicious flavor, and it also has a lot of nutrients. So don't kid yourself. If you see these flowers, don't let them just go to waste. Take them and put them in a fridge, in a Ziploc, and use them in stir fries. But don't cook them in the beginning with your rice because they really will turn into nothing. These will shrivel up anyhow. But it's so full of nutrients and so delicious. Just drop them in the rice after the rice is done. Give it a toss. But the stuff that's important is there. The nutrients, the benefits, and not wasting this wonderful gift that nature gives us. So you might as well pick them up if you have them and throw them in a stir fry, right? So I'm going to show you at the end once I'm done with the rice when I do this. But very, very easy to do. Just remember, if you're going to put them in a Ziploc, these can last for over a week. Easy, even 2 weeks. If they get a little shriveled, it doesn't matter. The benefits are still, it's still good to use. So I'm going to put this in the fridge while I'm cooking my rice. And then I'm going to take them and drop them in. But for now, I'm going to show you a very simple. When I say simple, guys, you can't get more simple than this. A little simple bean recipe that I make all the time. And it's so fast and so easy, like it takes a few minutes to make. The rice takes longer to cook than the bean recipe that I'm going to show you. So give me a second. And this year, guys, you never get to see because it's always underneath my cutting board. But we do turn my cutting board once in a while, and so it doesn't warp. And now you get to see this ugly spot. But this ugly spot reminds me never to put a hot cast iron pan on your wood. Anyhow, okay, so here we go. We've got a cast iron pan. And we have our beans. I'm using white cannelli beans. And I'm gonna go get a couple of tomatoes. Okay, now if you really want to get fancy, what you could do is boil some water, and I'm gonna show you something. Boil some water, remove the skin off the tomato, and just put the tomato in there. You could even drain that clear water that the tomato has. That's if you really want to get fancy and you're having guests over and you really want to impress them. But this is dinner for only Erica and I, because my husband wants to have something else tonight, and that's okay in our house. If you don't want to eat the same thing, it's all right. As long as we all eat together, that's what's important, right? Now, what my mom used to do is she used to pass the knife like this over the tomato, and you can simply peel it off slowly. By doing this, you're actually detaching the skin of the tomato from the tomato. And then if you take a little sharp knife, you could actually pick the skin that you rub. Well, I'm not rubbing it hard because I don't want to do that, but I'm just showing you. Basically, you want to press hard against your tomato, and then what it does is it basically detaches the skin from the flesh or the meat of the tomato. So that's one way of doing it. Or you can drop your tomato in boiling water, and what happens is, not for long, because otherwise you're gonna, make a mess. But it detaches your skin, and then you could dice it up, remove some of that water, and you can throw it into your bean in your pot. But like I said, I really don't care. I take everything and I just put it right in. I'm not worried at all. Take off the little core. I put water, seeds, I put everything. If you want, one day I'm going to show you. But like I said, it doesn't bother. I don't care. Oh, my knives need some sharpening. I don't care. I eat the skin. I eat the seeds. It really doesn't make a difference for me or for my family. I got to change knife, guys. Give me a second. Actually, I'm going to sharpen my knife. Okay, let me just throw this in. There we go. Let me just sharpen this. Trying to do this without losing a finger. But very easy, guys. I love simple dishes, and the best part is that they're so healthy. You want to try and be as clean as you can. So let me just throw that in. I could have sharpened it a little more. I'll wait till my husband, he's good at that. When he comes home, he can sharpen for me. Okay. My husband says, don't make me anything to eat. I ate so much today. I'm just going to have a tomato and cucumber salad. And we buy tomatoes by the case. You know that, right, guys? Not only is it cheaper for you, because you really, you save a lot of money that way. We buy a lot of things by the case. And I hardly have to do groceries at times. Okay. Okay, let me just wipe this down. So that's all we need is 2 tomatoes. You need a jar or a can of cannelli beans. We're going to put steak spice. Now, remember, that's as much as you want. If you want a lot, you put a lot. If you want a little, you put a little. We're going to put just a drop of olive oil. I'm using this brand right here, Terra del Cia. We're just going to put a little bit, not much. Well, maybe a tablespoon or 2. And if you don't want olive oil, guys, don't put it in, right? And we're going to put a little bit of chili because we love our food a little spicy, guys. Okay. All right. Maple. A little bit of maple. Looks like I put a lot, but I'm at the bottom of my bottle, and it was just hard to come out. But I will refill that bottle because I have more in the pantry. So that's it. Now, if you want salt, you put salt. At the very end, we're going to add a little bit of fresh cilantro on top. If you don't have cilantro, you could put parsley, you could put basil, whatever you want, guys. It's very easy. So I'm going to put this to cook, and it's going to take like maybe 10 minutes on high because you want your tomato to cook down a little, and you don't want it over dry either. You want it a little saucy because this is going to go on top of plain rice with those beautiful zucchini flowers. So give me a second and I'm going to show you what it looks like once we put this together. Okay, so I'm putting this completely on high, and really, like I said, this really doesn't take long. You just want those tomatoes to break up a little, and then we're going to put this on top of our rice. Really, really delicious. And I love, between my rock and my cast irons, I love these pots. I don't know what I would do without them. Okay, so like I said, very simple. A little bit of steak spice. Taste for salt if you need salt, because the steak spice does have a little bit of salt. But taste for salt. If you need to add a little extra salt, do so. But I would wait till the end for that. Just a drop of olive oil, tomato, and your beans. A little bit of maple. That adds a little sweetness. And your dinner is going to be ready in no time at all. My rice is almost done because I already had it cooking. But very simple dish, yet a very healthy dish for you to eat. So here we go. And what's beautiful about this dish is you don't want to overcook that tomato. You want it almost al dente, so it's still kind of raw. I usually eat raw food, but sometimes, you know, when there's a chill in the air, I don't mind having a little bit of cooked food, especially if it's healthy vegan food. Okay, I also want to show you, if you see one of your zucchini flowers is a little closed up, that's okay. What you could do is just open it up, make sure there's no bug in there, but otherwise those are still usable. And these are the ones that were a little older, but yet look how beautiful they are. So these are going to be perfect for my rice dish. And my rice dish is done, so I am going to, there we go, our bean dish is done also, guys. You really don't want to overcook this. You want to keep it almost like a primavera sauce. You want your tomato still very fresh. Now, like I said, you can simply add a little bit of pesto. Not pesto. You can add some pesto if you want. You could add pesto. You could add basil. You could add whatever herb you like. I love cilantro. I have it ready on hand, so I'm going to use some of that. But this is done. If you want, you could add a little bit of smoke. And I am going to add just, that's it, a couple of shakes of smoke. And I am using, there we go, mesquite. That is my favorite smoke to use. And this is done, guys. So I am going to shut this. It took me, what, maybe 2 minutes? The tomato will still keep cooking while it's on here, but this is done. So I'm going to show you when I crack open my rice. Okay, guys, hopefully I won't steam you up. I'm just going to push this aside for now so I can release it. Okay, I've got my zucchini flowers. Okay, so I'm going to try and open this so I can show you. Hopefully I won't steam you up so much. Okay, there's my rice. And I'm just going to lightly toss it. I made 2.5 cups, but not 2.5 cups. Actually, it's like maybe 5 cups of rice because I want to bring some to the country. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to start throwing in the flowers and just tossing them up. Very easy to make. These are going to wilt down to nothing. It looks like I'm using a lot of flowers, but there's really not that many. The rice should still be al dente. I'm just going to check it. So good. There we go. I have more, but I want to save some for another dish. Remember, sometimes I stuff these, but I'm trying to go as clean as possible, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to add just a drop of water. Here we go, and I'm going to reclose this. And the steam is going to wilt those flowers. And then I'm going to show you when I put my dish together. And don't forget, guys, if you're going to put away your flowers, make sure there's a little bit of paper. What it does is it takes away a lot of the moisture. Make sure you zip it up nice and tight. And they're going to stay in the refrigerator for you for a nice long time. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Okay, I'm going to get the rice. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's that beautiful plate, and it's just simple steamed rice with some of those beautiful flowers. And on top, we are going to put some beans and tomato. Very simple, very delicious. There we go. And then we'll just put a little bit of cilantro and some beautiful geranium flowers. And there you go, guys. Dinner for a queen. And if you try this dish and you like it, come back, let me know what you think. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna see you in my next video.
For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to Connie's RAWsome Kitchen, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends.